was taking the trash out to our back dumpster, and I heard 5 or 6 gunshots, and what I thought was gunshots, and then I looked up, and there was like a 9-year-old little boy that had ran over here to our establishment, like screaming, "My dad, my dad, my dad."
A Whataburger employee last night bearing witness to a homicide in Lumberton. Those gunshots he heard killing the driver of a pickup truck on Main Street. Good evening, everyone. Lumberton Police Chief Danny Sullins tells 12 News that 4 people were in that pickup truck heading towards Silsbee for something involving drugs. What originally looked like a car crash became much more serious when police realized the driver had been shot. Police say the driver of the truck got into a fight with a person in the back seat of the truck. Guns were then drawn and shots were fired. The driver ended up dead. Police say 3 others that were in that car cooperated when they arrived on scene. No charges have been filed just yet. They believe self-defense may come into play. Meanwhile, investigators with the Texas Department of Public Safety have been in Jasper today. They're looking into a crash that took the life of a 4-year-old child this morning. It happened around 9:30, and DPS says a car was traveling over the speed limit, came off of Highway 255 and struck multiple trees. A 4-year-old was pronounced dead on scene. The driver, 22-year-old Abigail Lee, was taken to St. Elizabeth Hospital. Also tonight, a manhunt continues after a deadly shooting at a McDonald's in Groves. Police are looking for 2 men in their early 20s believed to be involved in the killing of 19-year-old Alfonso Solomon. It happened on Thursday night at the McDonald's on Twin City Highway. Investigators say the killing was not a random act. They believe that Solomon's killers knew him. Those 2 men believed to be responsible were driving a red 2019 Dodge Journey. It had paper tags, which police say complicates the search. Anyone with information should contact Groves Police. And in response to recent gun violence, a group of Port Arthur pastors and community leaders are speaking out. They're calling for an end to the violence that's killing so many young people. Justice of the Peace Tom Gillum hopes to give the program Project Life Changers a new life. But he needs your help. The community is invited to an open forum on Saturday, April 30th. They want to hear from you, and they want your ideas to help curb the violence. It's all going to take place at 6 o'clock in the evening at Rock Island Baptist Church. Alrighty, almost time to turn things over to a look at your Easter weekend forecast. But first, how about the little ones getting things off on the right foot this weekend? The Easter Bunny was a little busy hiding some eggs at the John Jay French Museum in Beaumont, and the youngsters were just as busy looking for them. They had some great weather out there earlier this afternoon to do that. It's a good time to turn it on over for an early look at your Easter weekend forecast. Here's a live look at our Roofing 911 sky cam over Orange. Dark, clear skies out there tonight. Storm Tracker Cristiana Ramos in the Storm Tracker Center. And Cristiana, it was kind of holding off for the day, but it seems like we may have some rain getting ready to come through.
Yeah, we had a light sprinkle here and there, and it's just because of that uptick in moisture. We have that return of southerly flow. Within the next couple of days, we're waiting on a cold front as we head into late Sunday. Right now, temperatures have dropped from the 80s into the 70s. It's about 75 degrees right now in Beaumont, 70 up towards Jasper, 74 in Kirbyville. And those dew points are right around our temperatures in the low 70s. So anytime you have that, patchy fog could be a problem as we head into the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. So it's going to feel real humid out there, at least until that front pulls through and cooler, drier air will start to seep through the area. But as you can see on radar, mostly cloudy skies out there, and it will give way to a light sprinkle or 2 just because of that moisture. It's going to squeeze that rain out of the clouds. And it looks like as we head into tomorrow, it's going to be overall pretty dry. In the morning, we might get a few little showers. It doesn't look like it's going to be a huge washout, maybe a 1/10 of an inch in the triangle. And mainly up towards the lakes area, you guys are going to see all of the rain as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Front pulls through, and we'll talk more about what that's going to do for our temperatures. Tomorrow, record challenging temperatures, though, as we head into tomorrow morning. Temperatures might not get out of the 70s. It's going to be a warm forecast. Keep those ACs on. We'll have more on your Storm Tracker forecast coming up.
Well, that rain was able to hang off long enough earlier today for the pilots at the Beaumont Municipal Airport to enjoy their fly-in event. They had food truck, antique cars and planes, rides, and even discounts on gas. Not something you really hear often these days. It was free to enter, and the airport was sharing information on a new flight simulator training device that they're going to implement later this year. And if you are in Kirbyville right now, you may just be getting home from the final day of the Magnolia Festival. The fun started this morning with a parade route along South Margaret Avenue with plenty of floats going by. Then it was off to the carnival for music, rides, and of course, there had to be some food. Most of it was being served by local businesses, one like that's Cookie Co. by Mia, which is pretty popular around the Austin area, but the owner is Kirbyville raised. She never fails to return to her hometown.
I have a lot of support here. Like I said, it's probably about 90% of my customer base. So, getting to see people and waving and having them help me sell out has been really, really good.
Baker says she's come to the Magnolia Festival every year and she's always received a great amount of support. Governor Abbott has repealed the immigration order causing a backup of commercial trucks at the Mexico border. The policy was requiring extra inspections, which Abbott says were due to curbing drug and human trafficking. Abbott says if Mexico doesn't hold up their end, the policy could go back into place.
If those expectations are not fulfilled and we see an increase or even a continuation of the illegal immigration traffic we're currently seeing, Texas can reinstate the enhanced security measures for vehicles coming across the border.
Some truckers said they were waiting in line for 30 hours. Some in the produce industry said those delays could have an economic impact. And today, a fourth bus carrying migrants from the Texas-Mexico border arrived in Washington, D.C. The busing strategy is part of Governor Abbott's response to President Biden's plan to end Title 42 expulsions next month. Abbott says the Biden administration can more immediately address the needs of the people they are allowing to cross the border. And now to the Vatican, where Pope Francis celebrated Holy Saturday with an Easter Vigil Mass today. Thousands attended at St. Peter's Basilica. Pope Francis didn't participate in the procession, but did deliver an Easter homily. Pope Francis will say Mass in St. Peter's Square tomorrow for Easter Sunday. And a chaotic scene unfolded at a South Carolina shopping mall this afternoon. Police say at least a dozen people were injured. We go to ABC's Christine Sloan tonight with details.
A terrifying scene unfolding at a crowded mall in Columbia, South Carolina.
I heard like 20 to 30 shots inside the mall. Multiple shots fired inside the mall coming from the gas area.
Police responding to reports of shots fired at the Columbiana Center Saturday afternoon. Officers blocking access to the mall as they went in with long guns.
Oh my God.
This video taken from inside the mall shows the chaotic scene.
You seen blood on the floor. You saw people on gurneys. You saw people with bandages on them. And I saw multiple people with gunshot wounds. The only thing I'm thinking is my children. They're home and I'm in the mall in the shootout.
Employees and shoppers were originally told to shelter in place, police clearing stores one by one and escorting everyone out.
We had 12 injured, no fatalities. I repeat, no fatalities. 10 suffered gunshot wounds, 6 are stable. We had 2 that were injured during the stampede.
Officials set up a reunification center at a hotel not far from the mall where family and friends could find each other. Investigators do not believe the shooting was random.
We believe that the individuals that were armed knew each other and there was some type of conflict that occurred.
3 people have been detained in connection with the incident, the police chief calling them persons of interest. Christine Sloan, ABC News, New York.